Hey guys, this is James from the future editing this video. To apologize for all the jump cuts in the video. I was saying and talking about useless nonsense a lot throughout the video, and the video was really long, so I cut a bunch of stuff out. I hope it's not too bad to watch. Enjoy the video. Hello YouTube. This is going to be a tour of my license plate collection. I have well over 1,000 plates in my collection, some of which are keepers, and a lot of others are plates that I'm going to be selling or trading at some point. But let's start. So I have two closets in my bedroom. That one's for clothes over there, and this one I have a 5-foot folding table and this wire shelving that I use for plates. It's really disorganized. So let's start here. This is a bunch of my Florida non-passenger, that's a dealer plate right there from '74 in Gadsden County. Kind of rare. Just some specialties, handicap, vanity, all kinds of stuff. This one is more of the same, and some other stuff like this California vanity right there. 75, 73, and yeah, it's more the same. Oops. Here is non-Florida, so here we have a couple of, there's some new Oklahoma, some the New Hampshire, a pair of Vermont, and a new Michigan. This, my prized possession, is my Newfoundland 75th anniversary sample that I got from, it was kind of complicated to get it because you had to be a Canadian resident or have a Canadian address, and I happen to have one, so I was able to get that. And then these are all Ontario. I collect Ontario mainly because that's where my Canadian address happens to be, and it's what I like to collect. This, we'll get to that in a minute. This is all junk. These are all junky. Cut plates, rusted plates, burnt plates, dented plates, craft. Basically, really bad. That one's actually not too terrible, but it's pretty bad. Dirty. These, they just kind of sit here, no use, purpose yet. I don't know what I plan to do with them. Moving up here, we have, this is my entire collection, and honestly, I really don't need this many. These are all Florida double orange. So the basic, what you see on the road every day, double orange plates. Really nothing special in here particularly. There are a few that are really clean, like this one. There's a scratch on it right there. Moving on, this is my frames and booster plates. So advertisement, just things to personalize your vehicle, basically. These are not that. These I'm holding onto for someone. So we have new in the package, some Guy RV plates. These are all plastic dealership advertisement plates. These are mostly frames for dealership, Florida Sheriff's Association, all kinds. We have here, first off, we have this 1914 Massachusetts porcelain plate that I was generously gifted. Under that, we have, this is all map base. So the orange map and the green map, Florida plates from the 80s and 90s, all live here. Well, except the ones that are on my wall, of course. And then next to that, we have the Florida Big Orange plates. That's a pretty nice one. Some of these are pretty beat up. So now we're getting into the non-collection. For any of this, if you want to see more of what's actually in there, like if you want me to just flip through all of these and show all of them, I am open to doing that. Just let me know in the comments what you want to see. Moving on now, this is all trade or sale Canadian stuff. So we have some Alberta, some Quebec. It's kind of hard to see. Those are New Brunswick, a couple New Brunswick, and just an assortment of stuff that I don't need for my collection and will probably be outgoing at some point, because I have, so you may have noticed, I'll talk about this now, behind the rack and above it is a bunch of my personal collection of non-Florida plates. So these two columns, besides like the bottom row, is my run of the 10 Canadian provinces. Still need the territories though. There's some other stuff. There's a bunch of my Ontario, a couple more back there. It's a new Wyoming, really cool Vermont vanity, and just a bunch of stuff. Now this, it looks really messy, is all of my sale or trade Massachusetts. So this is all the red on white, mostly. There's a couple other like that, odd ones, but that's mostly all what that is. Again, most, if not all, will be for sale at some point in time. Same thing over here with New Hampshire. A lot of them are kind of crappier, some of them are nicer, like that one. But it's just a good assortment of them. This, I actually just cleared this out yesterday. This was a whole bunch of Vermont. I had, most of them were pretty nice actually, and I sold them all and cleared up the space, so that was nice. Up here we have just a lot of 20 nicer plates. I don't know if they're still for sale because a lot of the Facebook groups have kind of been iffy lately, and I'm trying to stay away from eBay as best I can, but they're there. This box has, it's packed full, so I can't exactly flip through them, but it's a bunch of New Hampshire, like oddball or older stuff. And this is actually a genuine Florida DMV box too, so that's cool. But that's what that is. Up here we have some plate literature, a bunch of ALPCA magazines. This stack right here is what I like to call the forbidden stack. It's plates I cannot sell because they're not expired or they're a permanent fleet or whatever. Some people don't care, but I just play it safe. Got a couple of these, this France and a Germany plate, and then back here hiding is a pair of 1923 Pennsylvania. I was going to say 24. Someone might be able to restore those someday. Okay, so this box now, this is a bunch of nicer plates. So we have really nice Utah, Massachusetts whale. These are not worth much. Arkansas dealer, New Hampshire moose, a couple more of those. New Mexico motorcycle, Wyoming hermit, NC portion, Illinois portion, Vermont highway, Panama, this one's cool. Blackout Iowa. There's a bunch of blackout plates in here. That's actually like 4 plates, I think, right there. The Colorado blackout, Minnesota critical habitat, New Hampshire moose, Wyoming vanity. These 2 are on eBay if you want to look for them. Arizona vanity, Maine antique auto pair, Illinois, Miami, Utah with the new dyes, another Illinois vanity, Mass common carrier, New Hampshire with a defect on it. This one's also on eBay if you want to look for it. Kansas, New Kansas, there's 2 of them. Colorado, Sesquicentennial. That one's really cool, I like that one. Arizona Cardinals, New Oklahoma, inaugural, 1969. Nice Samoa. I went through a bunch of crappier ones and I finally got a nice one. I might even keep that. Colorado, blackout again. Another Oklahoma, more Iowa. Nevada souvenir plate. A nice Alabama, and 2 more Colorado blackout plates. So that's that here. So this is my A through whatever letter they're on now run that I've been working on. I'm trying to get all naturals. I've got that one is a natural. That one is, I have a natural to put there. I also have a nicer one to put there, maybe not a natural. That one's also pretty nice, I might just leave it. I'm missing a couple. I'm missing K and technically also F, because they made F on the antique base, but then now they went back to F for this base again. So I need to find me one of those. I need Q, I need the newer R, and probably a few more I'm missing. But that's being worked on kind of on and off. We have, these have been on the wall for like a couple years. All these single orange and those 2 old ones right there. I've had those for a really long time. I've been meaning to get these off the ceiling. I think they don't look good up there. All these, this wall I've worked on semi-recently of the map base and one point right there. Looks pretty good. Now let's move on to the main wall. Let's start up here in the top corner. So that we were just over there, and now we're coming over here above my window. This line of motorcycle plates goes all the way around. Tax exempt, amateur radio, 2 of them, different bases. Endless summer, after I finally found one for a good price, took me like years. Dealer, arts, restricted, firefighters, sample, antique with a good number, Army, 1936, trailer, autism, education, sheriff's youth, collectible, rare county, agriculture, challenger, state government owned, apportioned, veteran, National Guard, wildlife, Marlins blank, manatee, paratrooper, University of Florida, transporter, golf. That's the natural that I needed to put on with the other ones. Apportioned again, city government, kind of rare county, not really. It was just a word plate that I had. Education, city again, lease, a nice antique, wrecker, Sunshine State, double orange, kind of blank, Save Our Seas vanity. I thought it was a cool number, but kind of looks like crap, I'm not gonna lie, so I might swap that one out. Olympics, city, the disabled veteran front plate, Navy, ethanol vanity. I actually got this from someone who worked at Gate Petroleum, so that's cool. Dealer, Rays baseball, stickered, being gone's kind of this was a more recent pickup, and I really like it. This was a plate off of one of my personal cars a long time ago, got taken off. University of Florida, again, you can see the differences in the earlier design. Tax exempt, Orlando Magic, support law enforcement, ham radio. I do have a condition upgrade for that, swap that out with. Panther, NASCAR, I really need a better one of those. Salutes veteran sample. County government, University of Florida Gators, registration only. Fleet, Wildflower, Arrive Alive, Booster. I know that these aren't really, well, they are genuine, but there's plenty of them out there and they're not that hard to get, like the ones that had that base on them and say buckle up at the bottom. I really want one of those, and I kind of found one, but it's not in the price cards at the moment, unfortunately. Dolphins, In God We Trust, two variations of antique motorcycle, red letters motorcycle, handicap motorcycle. It was like the first ever motorcycle specialty, I'm pretty sure. Nice single orange motorcycle. Other one, double orange, a nice Panther, newer one. I thought this was cool. It's kind of a low number, but not really, because it's got 3 zeros at the beginning of the serial. Marlins, Animal Friend, Heart Disease, Vanity, A&M, Apportioned, FSU, Sample, and Dealer. I kind of show these a bit closer if you're interested. The motorcycle at the top I did a really long time ago, and it was actually the thing that kind of got me off of my plate hiatus. I stopped collecting plates as a whole for over a year in 2023 and 2024, and I kind of got back into it because I was like, that's sick after I put those up. So yeah, let's move on now to all the stuff that's all over the place. So now this is all stuff from here that is sale or trade stuff. So you can see it's kind of all over the place at the moment. So let's start over here. These Okay, so that stag is a bunch of Pennsylvania. I don't think those are not for sale right now. Those are posted for sale. I think it's 45 bucks free shipping if you want those. Is a bunch of crappy Kansas that I just got in this past weekend. Some of them are kind of good. There's a couple of, like right here, dealer plates. There's a handful of these in the mix. They're kind of good. There's a couple others that just need clean, but the rest are pretty bad. I don't know what the plan are for those, if I'm gonna try to wholesale them off or what, but they're here. Moving on. This is also semi-new arrival. I think I got these right around when I got to Kansas. There's a couple nicer ones in here. I haven't even really gone through these at this point yet, but it's mainly more Pennsylvania and other crappy stuff. Idaho is pretty nice though. But yeah, we have, I believe this one is all Ohio, and looks like I am correct. It's all Ohio, older and newer Ohio. If you need Ohio, a lot of them, let me know. This is some like better stuff, so that's 666, Vanity, Illinois, Utah, 36 Wisconsin, beat up Auburn, dealer, Kansas, state shaped, that's barely recognizable, that's state shaped at this point, Alabama, New York official, nah, Ohio, Tennessee, maybe retired, Curacao, and Bahamas taxi. Set off that one. This is all Mexico, so I have a stockpile of Mexico plates right now, and mostly worse for the wear. There's a couple ones that are better than others, but yeah, so that's that. Over here is various, I think I tried to sort this by state, mostly sorted by state. Okay, so it is kinda. So Alabama, there's a couple of them. Arizona, Arkansas, there's a bunch of those. California, there's a few. A bunch of Connecticut. This is all South Dakota. There's little ones. South Dakota, there's a smaller, weird size trailer plates. South Dakota, and then behind that's Texas. There's a bunch of those. This is just various Virginia, Nebraska, Utah, Oklahoma, Nevada, Tennessee, West Tennessee. So that's that. Illinois. This is I think this is all Illinois. No, there's a couple others. Illinois, Iowa, Kentucky, North Carolina. These are a bunch of NOS. Here, I don't even know what. I think this is Maryland. I think this is all Maryland. Maybe some Maine. yeah, Maine and Maryland in this one. So that's goes from Maine, more Maine, and it goes into Maryland, and more Maryland, and some rusty Maryland, and that's that one. One is Georgia. There's a bunch of them. And Idaho. There's a bunch of those too. So, I believe that does it for my license plate collection. If you want to see more of anything, let me know. Other than that, thank you for watching.